Alright, it's time for another vote! This time for strategy games. And all of DOS was available as options. Let me get the link posted to Discord. And at the end of the video, I'm going to float an idea for how the next one of these votes might work because I'm insane and I have ideas. I don't know if they're good ideas, but I have ideas. Alright. Alright, and... okay. Hopefully people will now find the stream. Alright, tuck that away over there. Okay, close that out. We have quite a selection of interesting titles here, many of which I'm completely unfamiliar with. Hey there, Wings! The full list. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 20. We have 20 titles today. And it's a lot. We have Dune and Dune 2. We have... what's another great one? We've got hold on a second. I think we've got Jagged Alliance, and we've got Jagged Alliance 2. We've got all kinds of stuff, man. We got Warlords 2, we've got Carriers, we've got Syndicate, we've got Monopoly. Monopoly must be one of those foreign games. Yeah. Lords of the Realm 2, which, hold on a second, you need to put a little meat on your bones there. There you go. We've got something with Vikings. We've got, we already mentioned Dune. Fantasy General. We've got whatever this is. Civilization. Something by SSI. Ascendancy. Goblins. Alien Legacy. Transport Tycoon Deluxe. And UFO... I think if Transport Tycoon Deluxe wins, I probably have to play the open version, which technically isn't DOS, but it's the exact same game, only better. They recoded it and added a little bit more, removed some of the restrictions so that you don't find yourself running into the limit for vehicles. Same with UFO Defense, it just runs better in open, in a OXE. Anyway, lots of stuff. Hey there, Goose, Ben, Enterprise. So far we've got 4 people. Is that enough? Is that enough to start voting? No, it's not. We need more people. We need to give a little more time. You can ask me anything. I don't have to answer, but you can ask me anything. Yeah, I'm definitely going to give it a little bit more time. It's fine. I don't have trailers and things to work with this time. Well, I didn't last time either, but, so what I think I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pop open this and just kind of search and find different games as they come up. And we'll have the descriptions over here as to what they are. Yeah. And whatever it says about them, that's what we know. Because a lot of these titles, I actually don't know anything about. I mean, I know, I've read Dune. And I do know that this is the first RTS. I'm not entirely sure what this is, because this is not an RTS, but it is a strategy game, apparently. And from the screenshots, you know, I can kind of get the feel that there's going to be... It's probably turn-based. Maybe. There was also a Dune 3, apparently. But anyway, as I said, we'll kind of be going through this just as we go. And see what happens. Let's see, we got Twinfold! Watch streams like this and then pondering where the whole day went. Yes, this shall now be a 24-hour stream! And you won't know the rules for the next vote if you don't wait all the way to the end! An adventure game, but what are the strategy elements? I don't know what they are. To do a test recording. To open the file? Okay, right. So you can tell OBS what file type you want to... somewhere in the settings is... let me make sure I don't unveil anything important. Here it is. Okay. Output. Settings, output, record. Your file path, the recording format. That's what you need to dick with. So, yeah. I've got mine set to MPEG-4, MP4. But you can choose what file type it outputs in under settings, output. Beyond that, I mean, VLC player will probably play literally anything. Windows Movie Player will play most file types. Yeah, I just output as MP4s. That works for me. Let's see. Hey, Gandalf. Okay, how many is that? 6? Are we at 6 people? I think we're at 6 people. Are we ready to begin voting? Are we ready? I'm excited to start. Okay, rules. It's the same as last time. As votes appear, hearts will appear over the, the different things. Big hearts are worth 5 votes. Little hearts are 1 vote. It's just basically tally marks, more or less. The games will appear here and there and be voted upon. And, I guess there aren't that many rules. It's all really self-explanatory. So, if you don't get it, well, I can't help you. Just watch and you'll figure it out. I believe in you. All right. I think we're going to begin. I think we're going to begin with... Let's go ahead and... Let's actually start with the 2 Jagged Alliances. We've got Jagged Alliance versus Jagged Alliance 2. No, not that. Something like this. Put a big old right in between them. And let's see what Jagged Alliance is. Okay. You know, we don't have Jagged Alliance 2. We have Jagged Alliance Deadly Games. Is that Jagged Alliance 2? Interesting. Well, let's see. So... Blurp! Hold on a second. We gotta go over the contenders for a second. Okay, so Jagged Alliance is a Surtech, so the people who made Wizardry. It's a role-playing strategy game. It actually does look a little bit like Wizardry, kinda, sorta, maybe. And the write-up. The land of Metavira needs your help. Contact additional mercenaries as you explore, capture, and hold new territory, so the natives can harvest the valuable trees from which a revolutionary medicine can be extracted. The more trees you hold, the more money you make. The more money you make, the more you can do, such as hire guards, hire more mercs. In order to take the offense and clear the sector of enemies, you'll also need to retrieve certain objects from behind enemy lines, rescue captured personnel, captured equipment, and more. Hire a good mechanic in order to get your equipment and guns repaired and enhance them with various add-ons. Travel through lush jungles, treacherous rivers with venomous snakes, and more as you free Metavira. Eventually, you'll need to meet up with the bad guy's leader in his compound for the final showdown. It's a turn-based tactical combat game with a mixture of strategy, reminiscent of XCOM. On the strategic view, you get various sectors. You start with just one sector and a few trees for your income. You need to hold sectors in order to increase the number of trees you hold, which will increase your income. You can hire/fire mercs. And rather than Jagged Alliance 2, we appear to have Jagged Alliance Deadly Games. So I assume that's 2. The gameplay is almost identical to the original. Okay. The main difference is new mission types, new weapons, scenario and campaign editors. Oh, okay. So this is the same, but more. They're not geographically linked. Yeah, because we don't have a Jagged Alliance 2 in this collection, so... apparently. But we have this. So that's what it'll be. Jagged Alliance, I guess, versus Jagged Alliance Deadly Games. Boop. And... we can begin the voting now. Okay, let's see. How much did I miss while I was reading? Yes, who said that? Who wanted that? And which game is it? I can't remember who asked for that. Was it Wings? Was it you? Did you ask for that? Who asked for that? I'm not, totally against the idea, but I need to know who it was in which game. Oh, you're still working through Sunblaze, eh? Giant, yeah. I'm gonna show what stuff on stream? Did I not show it? Drowbard. Drowbard, so it's goblins. Oh, okay. Goblins gets a +1. Got it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Drowbard. We'll get it. We'll get him. So +1 whenever Goblin shows up. That's the only game he's voting for. Yeah, lots of interesting games here. The Lorax. The Lorax of greed and and explosions. I speak for the trees. I will make the trees bleed. And they bleed money. Hey, Bez! Alright, Jagged Alliance. Hold on a second. Let's see. Where is... should be... boop, boop. There we go. Alright. We got 2 votes. Ah, a vote for the other side. Let me see. No, that's a big one. That's a little one. That'll do. Oh, screenshots. Were you not able to see the screenshots, or I thought I clicked on screenshots. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Screenshots. It honestly looks more like a Warcraft type game than a StarCraft from the screenshots. That was Deadly Games, and this is the original. You sure I didn't click through these? I swear I did. Anyway. I'm about to time this one out. And move on to the next vote. I'm feeling like the two Dune games should go up next. I think the two Dune games need to fight it out. Alright, I'm gonna say Jagged Alliance won this vote, and I'm gonna move on. Hello there, John. Oh, hey, it got another vote just as it won. Okay, so number 2, I am deleting you. Okay, you have been destroyed. And I'm moving this down to the very bottom to keep track that it's had its turn. And won't have to go up against anything again for a while. Okay, I think the two Dunes need to fight it out next. So we're going to look up the Dunes for a second, and then we'll put them up. So, Dune! Okay. Alright, let's see what we got. Here's the first Dune. Virgin Interactive. Okay. Adventure and strategy. Yeah, for 1991, this is actually pretty good. And I'm guessing this is turn-based. I really can't tell from the screenshot. But yeah, adventure game with strategy elements of some kind. Based on the legendary Frank Herbert novel of the same name, which inspired the 1984 movie, Dune is a strategy adventure hybrid where the player takes on Paul Atreides, son of Duke Leto, the Emperor so-and-so of the Atreides house, blah blah blah. Okay, they're trying to get the spice. Sorry, the melange. From Arrakis, the only place in the universe capable of producing the substance. While everything indicates the offer is a trap orchestrated by their enemies, the Atreides family agrees on moving, as he who controls the spice controls the universe. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's addictive, it's immortality, and it's how you travel through space. And I can't help but wonder how they got to the planet without having any in the first place to get the first load. But I only read the first novel. Maybe it was answered in subsequent ones. Okay, Dune 2 is always credited as the original RTS. Now, I know there were games that were strategy games that played in real time before this. But this set the standard of what would become Warcraft, StarCraft, and the like, or so I'm told. The planet Arrakis, also known as Dune. Yeah, spice, we know. Okay, to increase the productivity, he invited 3 powerful houses to compete against one another economically and bring up spice production. Competition among the houses begins peaceful. I doubt it. but soon turns ugly as they battle armed troops, advanced weaponry, and spies. Also, the planet hates them. Dune 2 is considered the first mainstream modern real-time strategy game and established many of the conventions. The game is only loosely connected to the plot of the books. Control either of the three houses. Okay, interesting. Alright. So, well, then it gets a little bit into the mechanics, but we know what an RTS looks like. We know what the mechanics are going to be. We don't need a blow-by-blow description of how it works. Alright, Dune versus Dune 2. Begin the battle! And I'm going to catch up on chat. Let's see. Straw poll? I don't know what that is. Was that a Twitch thing? Dune 2 is an RTS, Dune 1 is a story game. Oh, so it's gonna be real time, huh? Okay. Well, I can probably track down the English version of Dune 1 either way, because I'm not going to try to play in a language I don't speak. That would be silly. And I haven't done that in years. Okay, look, I used to play a bunch of Portuguese fan games. For whatever reason, really good fan games were coming out of South America a decade ago. Maybe longer than a decade now. And I would play them in languages I don't speak Portuguese, but I would feed it line by line into a translator to get through them. The spiciest of spices. Let's see. Vote! Okay, hold on. Votes are coming in. Let's see. Dune 2, that would be this side. Dune 2, Dune 2, Dune 2. Dune 1. Straw poll is a website. Okay. So 1, 2, hold on, that's 3 Dune 2s, not just 2. Okay. 3 Dune 2s. 1 Dune 1. Regular Dune. Okay, that's another on you. Okay, Uncle John. Okay, oh, it's a tie vote now. That's not a vote. That just says it's a strategy game. Ben votes do... No, Drawbard isn't here. He can't vote. He only gets, he said goblins, so he gets goblins. You can't cast votes for Drawbard. Alright, let's see. Oh, vote Dune 1. Okay, hold on. Dune 1 just got to 5. Oh my gosh, despite the early lead, Dune 2 is rapidly falling behind its original. Oh, hey, sup? How's it going? We're not there yet. It's Dune versus Dune 2 at the moment. Vote goblins. Please put +1 and vote on it. I really shouldn't let him vote for 3 different games. I'll allow it, but I shouldn't. Alright, hold on. I'll allow it, but I should limit him to just the one game. Alright, Syndicate, Dune 2, and Goblins. Fine. But what happens when two of them are up at the same time? I think his votes cancel out then. Well, it's a tie at the moment. We got 5 votes for Dune and 5 votes for Dune 2. Whoever wants to vote next will be the tiebreaker to determine which one gets through this round, and then we move on to the next games. Dune 2! Dune 1! Tiebreak fail. Tiebreak fail! That's what happens when I don't get it. I have to flip a coin when I don't get a time breaker. Hold on, did Stephen already vote? Yeah, he already voted. Yeah, I thought so. Nope. Hey there, Chen. Chen goes with the tie break. Dune 2. Okay. All right. We're calling it before somebody ties them up again. All right. Dune 2 carries on. And the original Dune is deleted. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, now I'm going to put this down here so that we know that it's just had its turn. Yep, down with Jagged Alliance. All right, next up. What are we going to do here? All right, we got Warlords 2 versus Carriers. All right, let's have a look at these suckers. So, Warlords. I actually really like the original Warlords. I have never played Warlords 2, though. And I can only wonder what this one's like. That's not a very big world map there, is it? I assume there's multiple campaign settings or something? Turn-based strategy game with fantasy elements. Capture cities, use them to create art. Boy, what a description. Gee, thanks. Don't knock yourself out with it now or anything. I don't know how this differs from the original. I really enjoy the original. And I assume, let me see, 2 years. 2 years, same developer. It's gotta be an improved version of the original, right? More stuff? Anyway, Warlords is a very cool game. It's like, well, the original one is the only one I can talk about. You had hero units, you had cities, you were fighting different factions. You'd recruit units out of the cities. It is not a 4X game. You cannot build new cities, but you can burn them down. I don't know how Warlords 2 is different from the original, but okay. And the other one is versus Carrier Command. This one is from 88. What is it? One of the first real-time strategy games. You control advanced cybernetic aircraft carrier, complete with fighters, amphibious assault vehicles, lasers, and decoy drones. Your mission is to build a series of resource, factory, and defense bases spanning an island chain. At the other end is an even more advanced carrier under the control of terrorists on the same mission. You move around islands, build facilities. Interesting. This is interesting. So you get basically your mobile base going around building additional bases and stuff, trying to take over a chain of islands. You can take first-person control of your aircraft and amphibious tanks to assault islands. Okay. Different weapon payloads of your vehicles are configurable. This is pretty advanced for 1988. Sounds good. All right, well, that's the competition then. Uh, all right, let's put them up. Boop, boop. You may begin with the voting. I'll just try to make them about equal in size. Yeah. All right. So it would seem so far. Yeah. Warlords One was it only had a single map. That's my only complaint is that you could play as all the different factions. I kind of liked playing as Lord Bane, but which gave it more replay value than you'd think. But it only had the one map, and definitely not all players were equal on it. Battle for Destiny by Simtex. I don't know that one, actually. It sounds like an anime setting. Okay, votes are coming in. Hold on a second. All right, let's see. Let's see. I saw Warlord. Okay. Can't tell if that's a vote. Oh, you just wait. If you wait around a little bit, new games will pop up and you can vote on them. All right, we got a vote for the carriers. Let's see. Pop. Warlords has pulled way ahead. I don't think Carrier's going to be able to catch up. We're already at 4 votes. 4-1, that's tough odds. Alright, you know what? Oh, that probably... Yeah, I think that clinches it. Going once! Going twice! Are 4 people gonna jump in suddenly and give Carriers a boost? Probably not. I think we're done here. Okay, this one's done. Carrier Command, you have you depending on how you're implemented, you could be really interesting. But not today. Alright, Warlords, I'm gonna put you down here where you're safe until everyone else has had a turn. Alright. Time for a truly difficult one. You're going to have to think long and hard on this one. It's going to be XCOM UFO Defense versus this strange foreign game called Monopoly. I can only imagine what kind of deep strategy is necessary to play in this one. Do I need to give XCOM an introduction? I mean, for the amount of times I've played XCOM and XCOM related things on this channel. Oh boy. Oh no! Monopoly has gained a vote! Oh no! That should not be. Some games you can play over the internet. I have played that version of XCOM, but it was on the Open XCOM, thing, so it runs better. Uh-oh. Oh no. I would play Open XCOM. because it just runs better. It's going to be the exact same game, but it's not going to have as many issues. Uh, am I losing count? Is this 4-1? Turns out nobody likes UFOs. Did I count correctly? Did I miscount? Is this correct? Is it 3-4? Hold on, I'm gonna go back and check again. All right, hold on a second. Okay, vote Monopoly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. 5. Uh-oh. All right, is that 5? 5-3? Is that correct? We're gonna end it soon. You can't do that. It won't work. Okay? You can't cast his votes. Bad enough I let him pick 3 things. He doesn't get to pick things he's not even here to pick. That he didn't even say. I think Monopoly won, guys. I think you've done it. I think you've gone and done something terrible and now you can't take it back. Monopoly. Monopoly advances. What have you wrought? Alright, putting Monopoly down here so it can sit next to Jagged Alliance with the winners in the winners column. Alright, next up we've got Syndicate and Lords of the Realm 2. Alright. Now this is an interesting pairing. Give me a second. Alright. So I've talked about Lords of the Realm a few times. I specifically had this on CD-ROM. It's a turn-based strategy game with real-time combat. All your people are fed by dairy. Slaughter these villagers. It has a variety of different maps you can do in it. In its write-up, it says, mixture of turn-based country and economic management with real-time combat. The game begins, the king has died, 5 nobles are vying for the realm. Okay, a baron, a knight, a princess, a countess, and a backstabbing bishop. I remember sending insults, and it goes, you're ugly and your mother dresses you for... No, wait, your father was a hamster and your mother smells elderberry wine. I forget what the default insult was, but it was great. I think it was you're ugly and your mother dresses you funny. A Warcraft type view of the battlefield. I wouldn't really call it Warcraft like, but it is an RTS battlefield. Anyway, Lords of the Realm 2. No fantasy, all knights and soldiers, all medieval. Versus Syndicate. Now this game, I guess Syndicate Plus. Yeah, okay, yeah, Bullfrog. This is the game. A legendary dystopian game. I think it was made by Stephen Molyneux back when he was at his best. I've never played this one myself. You build up your cyborgs and you use all kinds of terrible terrorist tactics. suicide bombing, all kinds of stuff to influence politics and get what you want. Yeah. Basically, your criminal organization, you're just the worst. You're just the worst. And you're going to take over. Let's see, the description we got is, in the future, the world is controlled by a handful of global corporations, or syndicates. You are the marketing director, hitman, of one of these companies. It is your job to take control away from the competitors. The job is not one of diplomacy, but one of brute force and physical control. Advance your way to the top of the corporation by successfully completing your missions and managing your money you make from territories. Yep. I believe it's turn-based. I could be wrong about that, though. I think it's turn-based. Anyway. Alright, let's see. Opening up the vote. Let's see. Did he really say XCOM? Did he? Shit. Oh, then I screwed up. But I don't think it would have made a change. It wasn't by a single vote, was it? Syndicate. Syndicate. Lords of the Realm. Syndicate. Syndicate. That's not a DOS game. Syndicate. Okay, but the Syndicate is absolutely landsliding this. Hey, Rory, how's it going? Syndicate. 2 for Lord of the Realm. Syndicate again. Lord of the Realm got 3, but I think this is a landslide. Syndicate. Yeah, okay, I think Syndicate just got a landslide. There were 3 votes for Lord of the Realm 2. That's all it could muster. Alas. Yeah, it's a landslide. It's a landslide. All your people are not fed by dairy today. Yeah, at first I was excited with Lords of the Realm 2, and then I opened up and started talking about Syndicate, and as soon as I started talking about it, I kind of knew. I kind of knew, like, oh no. It's not even going to be a contest. Okay. Fantasy General, another game I'm unfamiliar with, or Vikings, another game I'm unfamiliar with. So let's become a little more familiar. Let's see what we got. No, not the Lost Vikings. Here it is. Kingdoms of England 2, Fields of Conquest, Vikings. It's a lot of qualifiers you got on going a Viking. Alright, not a lot from the screenshot department today, I'm afraid. They really need to get more screenshots for their games. The sequel to Kingdoms of England is a turn-based medieval strategy game, up to 6 opponents. Okay, up to 20 armies to become the sole ruler of medieval England. From the very beginning, you're placed in complex control. Okay. You must build your skills, not only as a leader of a campaign army, but skillfully manage infrastructure. Turn-based strategy. And the other one was Fantasy General. It's here somewhere, I swear. What did Elvira get? It's a role-playing game. Oh, okay. I don't know, I see things in this list and I still have to click on them and be like, what's this? Oh my gosh, how far down do I have to go? I should have typed more than the word fantasy. This is my fault. There. That's better. Obviously, I shouldn't just type fantasy into the list of all DOS games. That won't get you anywhere. Alright. Turn-based strategy game with steampunk and high-tech elements. The forces of evil, in the form of the dreaded Shadow Lord and his henchmen, have conquered most of the world already. On the brink of defeat, the player, in the form of one of 4 heroes, is summoned as a champion who will change the course and free the world and defeat evil. Or just blues. You know, whichever. 10 unit types from 4 realms, lots of upgrades, plethora available primarily to the opponent. Okay. Alright. Cavalry rules on plains, but is crippled on swamps as an example. Built using the same engine as Panzer General. Okay. Well, these are our contestants. Defeat the forces of evil or defeat the forces of Viking? Which will it be? Alright, let's see. Let's see. Vikings. Fantasy. Fantasy. Vikings. Fantasy. Fantasy. Okay, it's not going to be one-sided this time. Alright, hold on. Let me see. Fantasy, fantasy. Was it 4-2 right now? I'll have to double check and make sure I got this right. Oops, not big. No. No, little hearts. Okay, let me see. Viking. Okay, third Viking. Okay, so it's 3-4. I need to put those closer together. That just looks annoying. Like a missing tooth. Okay, there we go. 3-4! Currently, Fantasy General is ahead of the Viking. Oh, nope, now it's a tie. Before I even finished speaking already. Do I even have a coin? I got rid of all my coins recently, but the funny thing about going around and occasionally buying things, you always end up with more coins. Well, they're still giving out pennies. Pennies are annoying. I remember when they were worth money. Not much, but they added up. They don't really do that anymore. Not at a reasonable rate. I don't like using cards. I dislike it. I prefer having physical money and doing all my purchases with physical money. Cards just make you forget what things are worth. Also, I don't like them. Going once. Going twice. And sold. Fantasy General carries on. And the Vikings are lost at sea. Never to return. At least in this vote. Okay. Let's see. Well. Boy, we still have a lot of games. My. Alright, next up we have Construct versus... Oh, hold on a second. Archon. I have no idea what these are. So let's find out together. Alright. Constructor. Is it a SimCity? Or more of a tycoon game? What am I looking at? Acclaim made it. Okay. Construction and... Oh, are you a construction company? I bet you're a construction company. You're a construction company! In a place where real estate is up to those who want to develop it first, and where everything is allowed to get... Okay, now I'm interested. Everything is allowed to get rid of the competition. Alright, I'm calling in the syndicate. Get rid of my competition. Starting in a single plot of land with a headquarters, the construction team, or pyramid, the player must start by building a wood mill and providing housing to the bottom of the social ladder. Slobs? Since when are slobs the bottom of the social ladder? I'll have you know we rate very highly. We do an important service as consumers. How dare you make an accusation that we aren't the top? From there, take advantage of their fast reproduction. Slobs have a fast reproduction rate. Have they been crossbred with rabbits? The player can train new workers. 3 different types of wooden huts. Okay, we're getting really into the weeds on mechanics. I just want a general feel for what the game's like here. There's more to the game than build from ghetto housing to luxury buildings. All is fair in war, and construction is war. You can capture their buildings, provide housing for the scum of society, like hippies! Or ghosts. I provide housing for ghosts. I do it in somebody else's neighborhood. They have to deal with the ghosts. Yes, you have to deal with immigrants from the netherworld invading your neighborhood. Wow! Okay, this one sounds pretty cool. I've never heard of this in my life, but it actually sounds pretty freaking cool. Alright. So the next one is Archon. I don't know, man. How are you going to compete with that? What are you? Okay, this is a 1983 game, so this is an early game. Is it like chess? What are we looking at here? A strategic board game with similarities to chess. Okay. Light side, dark side. Each of your units in the 5 PowerPoint squares. Okay, so we have to give a PowerPoint presentation to win. Okay, got you. Remove all opposing pieces from the board and imprison the last remaining creature on the opposing side. If you can't move a piece of the board by landing on it, when 2 pieces clash, it's decided in a battle arena in 1-by-1 real-time combat. Okay, alright. Advantage to which element you're standing on. Some squares which change color over time. Unicorns, Valkyries, Jinn, Basilisks, Banshees, Manticores. Alright. Huh. Interesting. There's another version that came out a decade later. Classic cross-platform action strategy smash action. Huh. This was made... Okay, so the original game was made by EA... No, published by EA. It was made by Freefall Associates, and then they switched publishers to SSI later. Not familiar with Freefall Associates. Alright, well, there we go. That's what's up. It's these two. Alright, let's see. Beginning the vote. This fantasy chess. I mean, I'm sure it's a fine game. It sounds interesting, but I really don't think it can compete I mean, it's got to overcome Monopoly if it's going to win the tournament, and how could it ever hope to do that? Seriously. I'm actually just kind of doing them at total random. I'm actually, aside from Dune and Jagged, I basically haven't made any conscious decisions whatsoever. So, nothing out of the ordinary about that. All right, let's see. Construct. Oh my gosh, Archon is doing well. All right, hold on. I gotta. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Construct. Hold on, that's the left side. Left side. Okay. Construct. Archon. 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 Construct. 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 All right, we've got a tie. It's a 4x4. Come on, you know neither of you are overcoming Monopoly. Who nominated Monopoly? What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Alright, anyway. I'll give you guys another minute. Plenty of time. Oh, that's another for Construct. You know, there was a game engine called Construct. The same people who made Multimedia Fusion. A lot of people who'd never made a game before suddenly made games that were fun. Quite a few years back, and I found they were using Construct often. So I take it to mean that it's a very easy game engine to use if you're a noob. That was my guess. Sud Trap. Oh, it's his fault. Okay. I think we're to the going once, going twice bit. Bloop. Going once. Going twice. I haven't had to use my coin even once today, which is nice. Last time we had to flip the coin a bunch of times. Or was it the time before that? I think it was the time before that. I know on one of these votes I flipped the coin a whole bunch, and I think the final vote came down to a coin flip once. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. But, that's the way it goes. Alright. Construct, you are still in the running. Alright, next up is Civilization. I've never played the original. Versus Birthright. Alright, give me a second. So, Sid Meier's classic. I grew up with Civ 2, and, well, I really, really like Civ 4. Civ 3 is the one I didn't care for. Okay. And I really haven't played the ones after 4 a whole lot. Like, I played 5 once. Alright, so Civilization really shouldn't need any introductions. But, did it actually have... Those aren't great people, are they? No, those are just, like, artists and scientists and things. Yeah, that's just gonna be... Yeah, okay, yeah. Civilization is the widest scope of any strategy game of its time. You are the leader of a nation. You begin the Stone Age. You go till blah, blah, blah. Build the first spaceship to Alpha Centauri or wipe everyone out. Yeah, there was no cultural victory back then. It's either the science victory of go to space or beat everybody up and take over the world. And they did have world wonders from the very beginning. They had barbarians and goody huts from the very beginning. And they did have some level of civics. Monarchy, republic, democracy, or communism. Yeah, they had pollution. I'm not sure all of what they had in the original game, but, you know, it's civilization. And its opponent was Birthright. Ah, here it is. The Gorgon's Alliance. Okay, this is... Oh, Sierra Online... No, that's a publisher. Synergist Software is the creator. Oh, okay, no, it is a strategy game. Okay, so it's going to be an RPG in the likes of Might and Magic or Wizardry kind of thing. And then it's going to go into big epic battles. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, no, it's got countries, too. So there's a management aspect. It's AD&D. Hey, is this the Kingmaker that Pathfinder Kingmaker didn't give me? Or I actually get to manage a kingdom and armies? Strategy role-playing game based on the world of Enior. I don't know that one. TSR, huh? It combines first-person dungeon and castle quests, tactical real-time battles, complex economic and diplomatic strategy. Okay. Well, this one seems to have it all. Interesting. 97. All right. Well, then that's the competition. So, let's go ahead and start collecting the votes. Wait, what? Constructed won. Yeah, Constructed did win. It's still here. Ah, yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I feel Monopoly and Bomberman definitely shouldn't be under the strategy game either. They really need to fix their categories. I am not a Monopoly fan. I really am not. I know there are some people who really respect it and talk about how it has all these lessons to teach you, but I just don't see it, man. I just see a garbage board game that makes your family angry at each other when you play it. Yeah, they didn't have... They only have the one screenshot. How do they not have more than one screenshot for Civilization? Come on, Exodus. Well, you gotta say vote. It makes it easier for me to track what's going on. I'm prone to errors. Do not give me additional chances to make errors. Just write the word vote. Let's see. Oh, there we go. 1 for Birthright. Let's see, that's rope. Alright, let's see. Civ, Birthright, Civ. Hold on. No, wait, wrong one. Civ, Birthright. Okay, there we go. Gorgon. Doot. Maybe, or maybe it's the hardcore Monopoly fans. They're irrepressible. Civ Birth. I think that puts it up to big. I think it is up to 5. All right. I think we're winding down on this one. We've only got a few more before we finish the entire first pass. Yeah, only a few more after this. I think 2 more pairs, and then we'll have seen every game in the running, and half of them will have been eliminated. And then things will start speeding up because we won't be looking at their descriptions as we pull them up anymore. Alright, going once! Going twice! This civilization could not stand the test of time. Alright, birthright. You get to stay. Alright. The semi-final pairing is Ascendancy versus Goblins. Yes, I know. Draw Bart votes. Got it. Alright, let's find out what these are, though. Is Goblins gonna be like Lemmings, or what exactly are we looking at here? So it's Goblins 2 specifically. Boop. And what we got is I have no idea what I'm looking at. Let's see. Puzzle, strategy, adventure. The second in a series of adventure puzzle games. You control 3 imps. Someone kidnapped the prince, and it's up to you and your 2 hilarious sidekicks, Winkle and Fingus, to rescue him. Okay. Alright. Maybe a description from the original Goblins would help me understand what this is. No, this really doesn't help explain things any. Presumably it's humorous. Puzzle, strategy, something. It's a something. It's definitely a game. Okay. I don't quite know what I'm looking at, but maybe more of you are familiar with it. And it's up against Ascendancy. This one's from 94. It's very different from Master of Orion. You play one of many races, each with a special ability and character trait, set off to explore space, erect colonies, and engage in battles when a clash with others that have the same goals. Alright. Weapons, the ship use power, which has to be supplied somehow. Great description there. Let's see. Research tree. Similar to Civ. Alright, well, it's like Master of Orion, only completely different. That's what I gather. Interesting. I like Master of Orion. But would I like it if it was different? I don't know. Alright, let's see. The playtime of 0 seconds. Well, I haven't installed them yet! Oh, if it's not a strategy game, why did they put it in the strategy part? For the same reason they put Monopoly in there, no doubt. Anyway, whatever. No, it was a statue, which means it's art, which means you're not allowed to point that out anymore. Let's see. Ascendancy. Alright, hold on. That ties it up. Blop. Let's see. Ascendancy. We already put Drowbard's up. Yeah, we got his up there. Ascendancy, ascendancy. Uh-oh. The goblins are in trouble. Erase everyone else. Ascendancy, ascendancy, ascendancy. Okay, yeah, sorry, Drowbard. I don't even have to put the rest of the hearts up. That is a shellacking right there. There is no hope of recovery at that point. Okay. Unfortunately, the goblins were just no match once you flushed them out into space. Okay, the final pairing. Are you ready? It's... let's go over here. There we go. Microprose with your Transport Tycoon Deluxe. I grew up with this one. Though I would be using the open Transport Tycoon Deluxe rather than the DOS version because it just runs better and is just better. Like, what? But, you know, still, it would be Transport Tycoon either way. Alien Legacy, well, I guess I should describe Transport Tycoon. If anybody's unfamiliar with it. So originally it was Railroad Tycoon. And this was where all the Tycoon games started. But Railroad Tycoon eventually begat Transport Tycoon. And in Transport Tycoon, you, well, it's Railroad Tycoon with planes, ships, and trucks and cars. You build a transportation empire. Now, what's interesting is you can actually build up the city's populations over time if you know what you're doing by providing them better services. You can also, if you're transporting wood from a forest to a lumber mill, you'll actually be able to potentially, by providing good service, build the businesses up. Whereas ones that you provide shitty service to will get worse and worse, and eventually the businesses will fail. There's a lot going on in it. This is actually a multiplayer game, not that I'd be playing it multiplayer, but it's really interesting because with the modern open Transport Tycoon, you can have something like 100 or more players all playing on the same map, competing, buying each other out. And these are actually 4 different types of areas, each with completely different industries in them. It's got a lot of depth to it. It's an interesting game. Let's see. So, the next one was one I don't know, which is Alien Legacy. I'm not entirely sure that I'd put the Tycoon games in with the strategy, but, well, we've got things that are more of a stretch in here. Okay, is this an RTS? Construction and Management Simulation Strategy. It looks like an RTS. I really do need to play a lot more RTSs. Considering my favorite game ever is an RTS, you'd think I'd be literate in the genre, but I'm not. After the alien attack of 2043, great technological leaps were made of space travel. Fearing extinction, Earth built gigantic siege ships, arcs, to propel people in the sum of human knowledge across the stars. One of these, the Calypso, went really, really far, but there was another one that was sent to the same destination, equipped with more advanced shit, and, okay, you didn't see the more advanced ship when you arrived. Yeah, you showed up 21 years later, and the more advanced ship wasn't there. Oh no! All you have are 5,000 colonists, past radio transmissions, and a few key advisors. Global strategy, colony management, and searching planets. Okay, every planet is divided into sectors. The game switches into a 3D view. Players explore sectors in each different symbols. Two main resources, new life forms or traces of lost civilization that give hints about the awful events of the past. Does it have combat? It's got to have combat in there, right? Okay, yeah, okay. So after 2,000 rounds, which don't sound like they take very long, the peaceful colonizing is over, and you start to fight a war against an unknown foe. Okay, so it is going to be combat. For a little bit, I wasn't sure. All right, interesting. All right then. Well, there you go. Transport Tycoon Deluxe versus Alien Legacy. And from here, after this round, the voting is going to speed up because we've had introductions to everything. All right, let's see. All right, Transport and 3 aliens. Let's see. 1 for you. 3 for you. Gnolams? Kind of like purple goblins, but a little more like tiny Ferengi. Alien, transport. Alright. This is pretty one-sided. I think... was that another alien? Okay. I think this is decided. Transport Tycoon is a super long one? I've never had Transport Tycoon run really long, to my memory. Alright. Well, going once. Going twice. And so much for Transport Tycoon. Alright, that just leaves alien legs. Alright. So. Okie doke. Well, first we have to go with the champion, Monopoly, versus Jagged Alliance. How will this go? It's XCOM in where the goal is collecting trees, or the goal of collecting all the properties there are. Alright, we got 1-1. Doot. Wait, no, that's wrong. Hold on. How did I get that wrong? How did I get that backward? There. Boop. Alright, let's see. Doot. 2-2. Okay. 1-2. Jagged. Oh my gosh! How is Jagged Alliance keeping up? It shouldn't be possible. Alright. Well, I said I'd play the open version. Same with XCOM. I would just play the open version, not the DOS version, because it's identical. It just runs better on the new version. Like, as is how it'll be. Jagged Monopoly. Hold on a second. What is this? An upset? An underdog taking over? Hold on, let me see. Okay. Jagged. That's 6 jaggeds. Okay. Okay. And that's Monopoly, 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 Monopoly. Okay. Boop. Okay, that's where we're at. Oh my. Jagged Alliance is coming out ahead. It's a vicious fight. Going once. Going twice. Okay, cool. I don't have to use the coin still. Great. Maybe we'll get through the entire vote without me ever having to use the coin even once. Alas, somehow Monopoly just couldn't make it through the entire competition. Alright. Next up, we've got Dune 2 versus Syndicate. There are actually 9 different Monopolies for DOS. Do you realize Monopoly has 9 versions on DOS? I don't even know which version was voted for, to be honest. I would have been in a pickle had that won. I'd have had to get Subtrap and ask him, alright, which one is it? Alright, Syndicate, 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 Syndicate. Syndicate. Okay, that's 5 syndicates versus 3... No, wrong side. Oh. Okay. Oh, no, it's 5 to 5. 5v5. Alright. Is that right? Is that right? Yes. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5. Okay. Oh, wait, no, wait. Doot. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute! Chenlaw voted for the original Dune. He didn't specify it was Dune 2. Hey there, Yang. Ah. Alright. Well, it's still anybody's race. But we're running out of time. Going once. Going twice. Alright, Dune 2. You actually pulled ahead of Syndicate. Alright, cool. I had no idea how Dune 2 would perform. Not a clue. I thought Syndicate would do real good, though. And I think they have, actually. They were just up against a tough opponent. Alright, we've got Warlords 2 versus Birthright. How is this one gonna turn out? Twinfold was just a little slow on the tie. Almost! Yeah, no, I don't know. They keep making new versions of it. We have versions of it for local towns. It is weird to me. Alright, Warlords. Dune 1 lost to Dune 2 at the beginning. I was kidding about the vote. Like, he definitely was voting for Dune 2. But no, Dune 1 lost to Dune 2 at the very it was like the first vote or the second vote. Where was I? Oh, yeah, let's see. Yeah, Warlords. Birth. Alright, 4 to 1 so far. What the hell's going on? Where's... There we are. Sorry, lost track of things. Warlord, Birth, Warlord. Alright, hold on a sec. Okay. Hold on, wait a second. There's one more. Okay, there we go. Is that right? 4 to 5? Wait, is that another birthright? Did that just pop in? I'm going to have to double check. I'm going to have to double check. Okay. Let me double check. Warlord. Okay. That's 4. That's correct. Okay, check. Birthright. Yes, okay. 6 to 4. Going once. Going twice. And birthright. Alright, that's how it be. That's how it do be. Okay. Fantasy General versus Constructor. Alright. Are we building houses for ghosts and hippies, or commanding fantasy armies? Let's find out. Yep, nobody nominated any of the Heroes of Might and Magic series. Okay, fantasy. Constructor. Bloop, 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 bloop. Fantasy, Constructor, fantasy. It's really one-sided. Is that even more okay, this is really one-sided. I don't see a recovery coming. This is, yeah, okay. This is very unlikely to recover at this point. Going once. I'm not going to see a huge glut of sudden votes for Constructor at this point. Okay. Alright, Fantasy General it is. And we're finishing the second round. Once these two are passed, it's the third round, which will be a very, very short round. We're getting close to the end, guys. All right. Alien Legs versus Ascendancy. These two games are actually kind of similar. Constructor does seem interesting. I'm curious about it. Face bombs? What? Did I do something bad? Oh. The bracket. That just means that no matter which one wins, you're happy. No matter which one gets through the round, one of the ones you picked gets through the round. Ascendancy. If your games last long enough, sooner or later they'll end up against each other. Legs. Is one a vote? Is that a vote? I need clarity. Ascendancy. Okay. Legs. A vote for damn. A vote for legs. Another vote for legs. 4 to 3. It's still anybody's game. People are retracting messages. I sure hope that they're not retracting votes they already made. I don't need more ways to be confused and mess up. I'm trying very hard not to screw up. Alright, it's 5 to 4. Still anybody's game, but we're running out of time. Oh, okay, it's a tie. Hold on. Oh no, it's a tie. Quick, somebody vote for something. Going once. Going twice. Wait for what? What's the matter? There, I fixed it. No, he voted for Alien Legacy. It's fine, I counted it. Goose. You know that's not what I mean. Yeah, we counted his vote. It's a tie. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Let me make sure. Alright, hold on. Ascendancy, 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 ascendancy. That's 5 ascendancies, right? Okay. Next up, double checking on legacy. Leg, 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 leg. Oh, somebody voted ascendancy. Okay, that should clinch it. All right. Going once, going twice. On to the next round. All right. So, legs, you didn't quite make it in the end. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. Hold on a second. 5 games left. That means one of these games is getting the bye. And then another game is getting the bye. These last couple of rounds are going to be annoying now. But, whatever. Alright. So, it is Dune 2 versus Fantasy General. Alright. Place your votes. What's it gonna be? Master of Orion, but with a tech tree. Alien Legacy is a story strategy action game. I do like Master of Orion. Alright, Dune, Fantasy. Okay, it looks like it's so far a tie. 3 for each. Ugh, they need to be bundled together better. Okay, hold on. 4. Okay, is it 4 to 4? Am I getting that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantasy General, why are you angry at Dune? Oh, see you around, Chen. Chen ends by dropping one on Dune. Alright. Because it deleted the first Dune. Ha! How dare you! You can't play them out of order! I abolish Dune 2, he says. Okay, that's another... Alright. There we go. Well, it's 6v6. It's 6v6. What's it gonna be? I have a coin right here. It's apparently the state of Georgia. It's got a peach on its back. Any last votes? Are you really going to leave it up to fate? Are you going to leave it up to Georgia to decide? You wouldn't want to do that. Going once. Going twice. Here we go. I knew we couldn't make it through the whole thing without a flip. Back. No. Shit. I lost the coin. Alright, it won't be Georgia. It'll be a standard dime, I guess. Trying again. Alright. Heads, left, tails, right. Right? Right. Heads. Okay, Fantasy General. All right. Fantasy General has won. Has won the toss. Fate has spoken. Arrakis has fallen. Okay. So, next up, it is... Okay, there we go. Jagged Alliance versus Birthright. Alright. Ascendancy is getting the bye. Wait, what? Did he? Did he? Wait. Did he actually vote for Dune 2? Hold, wait. Did he? Did he really? Are you pulling my chain or did he really? Shit, that would immediately invalidate the coin. Give me a second. Give me a second. I need to check this. In the future, I don't know. Maybe I won't allow people to vote when they're not present again. I'm trying so hard not to fuck up. I'm trying so hard not to. But a variable that must be accounted for because I said he could do it. So I must... And Dune 2. Alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Okay. Hold on. Okay, Fantasy General, it was not. It was Dune 2. Alright. Fine. That was my screw up. I have corrected it. Okay. Birthright. Yeah, probably. I'll either limit it to just one game or I'll just turn that option off in the future. I don't know which. Yeah, I'll either limit it to one or... Okay, Birthright just slaughtered this one. Jagged Alliance didn't stand a chance. I thought Jagged Alliance sounded really cool. But we'll have to wait for another time. Alright, and Ascendancy gets the bye. So, now Ascendancy has to fight. And I guess it fights Dune 2, and we'll give Birthright the bye. Whichever one of these fights Birthright for the final slot. Usually you do your buys at the beginning of a tournament. We did this one backwards. Okay. Dune 2 versus Ascendancy. And once we determine the victor, I'm going to express my bad idea for how I think we're going to do the next vote when I finish Wizardry. I have an idea. It's probably not a good one, but I want to do it anyway. Alright, let's see. Alright. Ascendancy, Dune. Ascendancy, Dune. Alright, so we got 4-3. Wait a sec. Okay, it's down here. Okay, there we go. Okay. Ascendancy. Alright, there we go. 4x4. Wait a minute. Did I screw up? It should be 4, right? Shouldn't it? It's 4. I know it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. 4-4. Okay. Oh, come on, guys. Pick one. They both sound great. All three of them sound great. Dune 2! Ascendancy! All right. Going once. Go, oh, okay, hold on. Ascendancy gets another one. Hold on. Wait, that's okay, that's here. All right, going once. Going twice. All right. I guess that's that. So, okay, Dune 2 falls. All right, that's it. The final round. The final round. This is it. This is it, guys. The final vote. All right. Is it Ascendancy or is it D&D Birthright by Sierra? Can we re-see the... You know what? I don't see why not. Give me a second. One moment. Doot, doot, doot. Doot. Alright, let's see. Ascendancy was the one that was kind of like Master of Orion. Here we are. Yep, this is the one that's going to be kind of like Master of Orion, but different. Whereas Birthright is an RPG mixed with a grand strategy game, including kingdom management. This one, actually, it's publisher Sierra. It's synergistic software, so Sierra's just the publisher. Not familiar with this company. Oh wait, no, this is SSI. Oh, this is SSI. Right, okay. Anyway, that's the competition. Okay. Alright, where were we? Okay, yeah, here we go. Alright. It begins with a vote for Birthright, followed up by 1, 2, 3, 4. Birthright gets another, and another, and another. Okay. Okay, then another. Okay, then Ascendancy gets another. Then Birthright gets another. Then Ascendancy gets another. Okay. 6-6. There are still 3 people viewing who haven't voted. All right, there we go. I can just put that about here-ish. That's probably good. You can't end it on a coin toss. The only coin toss we had was invalidated when Drowbard's vote got brought back. Is it time to call it? You guys can't do this. You can't decide it with a coin toss at the end. All right. Well, I don't know what to do. Crap. All right. Going once. Going twice. All right. heads left, tails right. And we got tails! Alright. Alright. It's Birthright. It's Birthright, the winner! I'm really curious about Ascendancy, though. I don't know. We'll see if, I feel like Birthright's going to be a long game, though. Very, very tight competition at the end. Neck and neck. Okay, so bad ideas on how the next vote's going to be done. Are you guys ready for this? No, of course not, but I'm going to do it to you anyway. Alright, so my thoughts are, it's going to be a while before I finish Wizardry 7. I can tell. I've got a ways to go. But when I do finally finish Wizardry 7 and we have the next one of these, I want to do something stupid. I really like trailers. Old DOS games tend not to have a lot of trailers. I mean, some of them do, but a lot of them do not. So, picking a game that does not... Picking only games that do not have trailers, but the only way to nominate is to make a trailer. All you gotta do is take some game music and put it together with clips from the game. And, yeah, there we go. That's about right. Ugh. There's a ton of different styles you can make a trailer in. This is one I did for Tyrion, where I was just doing it like a TV ad, kinda. Actually, it feels more like you're reading the back of the box with the all the descriptions of stuff. You could try to make something more like a cinematic trailer. Oh, right. The audio isn't playing. Yeah, that's probably better. Overlord is such a cool game. And what I really want to show off of all... I love making trailers. It's my favorite thing of all my stuff. And of all the trailers I made, this is my favorite one. When I want to show off, I show someone like 5 minutes of Sim Farm gameplay. And ask them to imagine what a trailer would even look like for the game. And then I show this off. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah. Throw together some kind of trailer. This I'd call this more structured like a music video, honestly. But I'm crazy, so maybe that's not what other people would think of it. Anyway, but yeah, basically, you know, take a DOS game, doesn't have a trailer, take some shots of the game, throw it together with a piece of music from the game, and call it good, in whatever style you feel like. Man, I made a lot of trailers over the years. I made a lot of them. I should have made more. I should have made so many more. Anyway, that's my bad idea. You probably got weeks before the next vote comes. Maybe months, depending on how long that game is. I don't know. I do seem to have a long way to go with Wizardry 7. But maybe the Umpani's firearms is really the answer to all my problems, and the rest of the game will be easy now. Probably not. DRM assassins. Yes. Risk yours. You can always just test the piece of music on a YouTube account you don't care about to see what happens. If the system doesn't flag you, you're probably okay. Yeah, pick a game that didn't have a trailer and make one. Or pick a game that does have a trailer and just make a new trailer. I don't care. Just make a trailer. And remember, your trailer is going to be what we're rating on. Whoever makes the best trailer should win. Best trailer wins. We won't be rating the games, we'll be rating the trailer that makes us most want to play the game. Hey! I think it would be fun. I think it would be a lot of fun. I would love to see a bunch of great trailers for old DOS games from the 80s and 90s. It would make my day to have a dozen or so of them to do. It would be great. Ah. Alright. Anyway. Birthright Manual has 13 pages of spells. Ooh. A lot of spells. That's so cool. Well. Boop. Birthright, huh? Alright. Well, I know what I'm playing in a few days, but I also know tomorrow is more Wizardry 7, and I still have to charge up that drink so that it's got 99 charges. And probably get my characters back to the Umpani afterwards. And hey, I've got 2 hours left before I need to go to bed, so that's plenty of time. Maybe I'll do a little bit of grinding in the Dane Tower, too. Or maybe I'll just eat a whole bunch of cheese puffs. I don't know. Anyway. This has been a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun. So, until next time... Nope, we start it in a few days, but I will take the time to install and make sure it works. So far, every single game with Exodus has worked just like it installs and plays perfectly first time. So far. But that doesn't mean that one of them won't randomly be broken at the most inconvenient moment. Knowing my luck with PC gaming. So I will make sure that it installs and that it's working tonight. Yes, I need to charge up my milk. I need to supercharge the milk. I need to wildly overcharge the milk. And I have a feeling it's going to take half an hour. Wee fun. But it will be an incredibly useful item going forward. So, you know, it will save time in the long run when I don't have to leave a dungeon, find a fountain, and then come back to the dungeon. If the Dane Tower did not have that fountain on the darkness floor, it would have been insufferable. It would have been so awful to get to the top of it. Man. All right. Until next time, and every time, has Snyder told me... It was a question about a couple of platformers, right? Wait, no, he answered that. He came online on stream one day, didn't he? I think he did, didn't he? I think he did. He'll be on stream on Saturday playing Power Rangers with me, which is another game I need to buy, and purchase, and install. I should do that tonight as well. Anyway, he'll be here in person, live and in person, to answer all your questions in a few days. So, that'll be, let me see, what day is it? Is it Wednesday now? It's Wednesday? So Thursday should be Friday, right? Or was it Saturday? I think it's Friday. I think it's 2 days from now. I think it's 2 days from now that he'll be live and on stream. All right. Bye.